All right, so today we're going to really dive deep into a pretty fascinating collection of poetry.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Gazing at the Twilight Mingwang Musée
Hmm.
by Manuel del Valle y Colón.
Okay.
Just came out in March 2025.
Very cool.
And it's dedicated to Eduardo Padro.
Hmm.
But it really kind of gets into all these really core things, love, desire, intimacy,
Yeah.
nature, time, mortality.
Yeah, for sure. And I think what's also so interesting is the way Del Valle y Colón brings in, these ideas about identity,
Oh, yeah.
reflection, and like that search for self, figuring out who we are.
Yeah.
And I think to really grasp what he's doing in these poems, it helps to know a bit about where he's coming from.
No, for sure.
His background.
Totally.
So Manuel del Valle y Colón was born in New York City back in October 1948.
Okay.
Eldest son of parents who'd come to the U.S. from Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
And he grew up in the housing projects, East and West Harlem. Navigated the public school system there and ended up going to Brooklyn Technical High School.
Really?
Even as a young guy, he was super involved in the Puerto Rican community.
Wow.
Working with the Aspera Club and the Aspera Clubs Federation.
Oh, wow.
Alongside these major figures, shaping the community's future.
Yeah.
Think about it. People like Wilfredo Caraballo, Fernando Ferrer, Antonia Pantoja, Yolanda Sanchez, Izora, Santiago.
Oh, yeah, no, those are some big names.
Yeah, and to be around that kind of activism and leadership, even as a teenager,
Oh, yeah.
that had to be formative.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so from there, he went to the Yale Transitional Year program,
Oh.
Wesleyan University.
Uh-huh.
And it's interesting because he kind of took this winding path
Yeah, he did.
academically.
Right.
He spent a whole semester just on minority student recruitment,
Yeah,
researching identity.
which really connects back to his poetry, doesn't it?
It totally does.
Mhm.
He also spent some time really immersing himself in Spanish literature in Madrid.
Oh, wow.
And then later on, he delved into Puerto Rican history, literature, and political science at the University of Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
And he even developed a course syllabus on the subject.
Wow. So really digging into his heritage?
He really did.
Yeah.
And that had a huge impact on him, obviously.
Yeah.
And he ended up transferring to Princeton University.
That's right. He did.
Yeah.
And at Princeton, he really, came into his own.
Yeah.
He was pursuing all these different things, history, Latin American studies,
Uh-huh.
Afro-American studies.
Wow.
And he didn't stop there. He founded the Latino organization on campus,
Mm.
actively recruited Latino students, and get this,
Wow.
he even got them to create a whole seminar on Puerto Rican history and politics.
Okay.
Yeah, he was dedicated.
Oh, wow.
And then his senior thesis focused on the history of Puerto Rican students and public education. And the chapter from that thesis, you won't believe this, ended up in a memorandum for Senator Jacob Javits.
Wow.
And later on, it actually informed the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights hearing
Oh, wow.
and the landmark Aspera v. Board of Education case.
That's huge.
It is, right?
Hmm.
So his academic work was having these real-world consequences,
Wow.
which is pretty amazing.
It is.
He graduated from Princeton in 1971,
Mhm.
and from there, kept going with his commitment to education teaching at Phillips Andover Academy.
Mhm.
And then he went on to Yale Law School
Wow.
on a John Hay Whitney Fellowship, alongside some pretty notable future legal minds you might recognize, like Clarence Thomas and Lonnie Guanier.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And even during law school, he was still teaching.
Really?
Yeah, undergraduate courses on Puerto Rican history and politics.
Wow.
And he founded another Puerto Rican organization called Despierta Boricua.
That's amazing.
It is. And some of his students from those days went on to become pretty influential themselves.
Yeah.
Like Judge Eduardo Padro, who this collection is dedicated to. So he was really making an impact in all these different spheres.
It's incredible.
It is.
Just thinking about all these different experiences that he had, his upbringing, his activism, his really broad academic pursuits.
Yeah.
It all seems to come together, you know, and gazing at the twilight.
It does.
It's really striking.
So after law school, he continued on this path.
Yeah.
He became a trial attorney with the Puerto Rican Legal Defense and Education Fund.
Okay.
And he actually contributed directly to that Aspar case we were just talking about.
Wow.
And also to Pivon v. Levine,
Mm-hmm.
which was huge for bilingual education and notices.
Yeah.
And his legal career was super extensive. He worked across all kinds of jurisdictions.
Mm-hmm.
He spent over a decade prosecuting federal labor law violations with the U.S. Department of Labor.
Wow.
He also taught,
Yeah.
shared his knowledge through adjunct professorships at a whole bunch of universities, Fordham, Princeton, Yale, New York Law School.
That's incredible.
Right. Like his commitment to education is really remarkable.
Totally.
And he also had these really interesting scholarly pursuits.
Yeah.
He got a Rockefeller Foundation fellowship at the London School of Economics.
Okay.
Where he researched, the legal history of Puerto Rico before the U.S. Supreme Court.
Wow.
And then he got a Ford Foundation fellowship focusing on national origin discrimination against Hispanic communities.
Wow.
So it was really wide-ranging.
Was.
He even became a partner in a law firm for a while.
Okay.
And later on served as the chief administrative of the New York State Division of Human Rights. So a lot of different roles.
Wow.
And all throughout his career, he wrote extensively on civil rights issues, especially as they relate to the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
He was also a member of the Committee of Character for the state of New Jersey for like 10 years.
Wow.
So really committed to public service.
Yeah.
And then in 1994, he became vice president and associate general counsel of these healthcare organizations.
Okay.
So you can see, like, this is a really diverse background.
Oh, yeah. It's fascinating. And it really gives you a sense of, like, the perspectives that he's bringing to his poetry.
It does.
It's not just, like, these abstract ideas, you know?
Not at all.
It's coming from a life that's been lived.
Right, a life deeply engaged with the world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So I think with all of that in mind, we can finally turn to the poetry itself.
Okay.
So the title poem, Gazing at the Twilight, right away, it kind of sets this tone of deep reflection.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions of that piece?
Well, I was struck by, that really intense longing for home. That basic human need to belong somewhere, even if that place is just, the fading light between day and night.
Yeah, that in-between space.
Yeah, exactly. And there's also this urge to escape time, to the torturous hand of time, to somehow find a way to align yourself with the realm of dreams.
Yeah, I mean, that image of jutting over the cliff with legs hanging down.
Yes.
So vivid.
It is.
There's this feeling of vulnerability, almost like, flirting with the unknown, but at the same time, wanting to be in harmony with the natural world.
Totally. And it's like that search for belonging.
Right.
It goes beyond memories or any concrete reality, It's like this primal need.
Yeah, like something deep inside us.
Yeah.
That comes out in those in-between moments.
Exactly.
So then we have You Are Bare-Chested.
Yeah.
Which is dedicated to Eduardo Padro, as we mentioned.
Right.
And I feel like this poem is really about resilience and the impact that guidance from others can have on us.
Yeah.
It's like saying, even as we get older, facing the passage of time, the support and wisdom we get from relationships, that can be such a powerful force against, that feeling of decline.
Totally.
And what's really interesting is that it emphasizes the active role that this person plays in driving those with dreams half perfected to define destinations.
Yes.
Offering advice and a sense of direction.
It's really beautiful.
It is. It's like a testament to the importance of mentors and supportive figures, in helping us reach our full potential.
Totally.
So then we come to I Met a Photographer.
Okay.
And this poem uses this really cool metaphor. It talks about photography not as capturing these static moments, but as a moving film that shows the whole unfolding story of life.
Yeah.
I think the idea here is that the photographer, like life itself, tries to create order, tries to capture these fleeting moments, but life just has its own flow.
It does.
It's unpredictable and dynamic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the photographer is like both a director and choreographer of life.
Yeah.
At least within their own artistic vision.
Right.
And the poem explores this human need for freedom and movement. That desire for naked souls all left on the stage to just take flight. It's really connecting photography to choreography. How both art forms try to capture the essence of life's ongoing march.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
So then we have Your Mind Cannot Stop Loving You.
Yes.
Which turns our attention inward to this idea of self-love.
Right.
And the point here is that loving yourself isn't just like a good thing to do.
Yeah.
It's crucial.
It's essential.
Yeah, and it comes before any kind of real meaningful connection with someone else.
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
It's like until we cultivate that internal sense of love and acceptance.
Got it.
We might try to control or manipulate love in our relationships to make up for that lack inside.
Right.
And the poem even suggests that our minds might protect us from past hurts,
Yeah.
until we're ready to embrace that self-compassion.
It's powerful.
It is. And once we do that, it opens the door to healthier love in all its forms.
Absolutely.
So then on pages 17 and 18, we have these connected poems that really explore the physical expressions of love.
Mm-hmm.
Harmony of a shared life, and then the pain of separation.
It's so relatable.
It is. It's like you can almost see the relationship unfolding.
Yeah.
The smoothness of your body speaks to years of intimacy and comfort.
Right.
They run a restaurant together as equals.
Yeah.
That's a real partnership.
Totally.
But then there's this subtle shift,
Yeah.
stresses in your necklines.
It's like the unspoken pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that love leaves its mark,
Mm-hmm.
in the good times and the bad.
It does.
So then we have Sacred Place,
Yeah.
which expresses this deep yearning for connection. But it also acknowledges that these profound moments are fleeting.
Right.
You can't hold on to them forever. The imagery is so sensual.
It is.
A smile that glistens, a body that glows with a tranquil orange.
It's beautiful.
It is. And it's clear that the speaker wants to go back to that moment,
Yeah.
that sacredness, where they truly connected.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this mature recognition that you can't, it dissolves like a teardrop.
Yeah.
And all that's left is the memory of shared joy.
So then we have Embrace,
Yes.
which keeps exploring connection,
Yeah.
but really focuses on vulnerability
Right.
and breaking down the walls we build around ourselves.
Yeah.
I think the point here is that to really connect with another person, you have to be willing to be vulnerable.
You have to let your guard down.
Exactly.
And this poem describes this really powerful embrace.
Yeah.
It's more than just physical.
Mm-hmm.
There's this yearning for understanding in the thinning eyes.
Yeah.
And even the physical touch reveals this discordant energy.
It's like it's talking about that persona we put on.
Exactly.
Especially in our professional lives, and how a genuine connection, even just a shared breath, can break through that.
It can.
And reveal the faceless truth of gushing spirits.
Yeah, and it leaves you wondering, were those flailing arms in unison real?
Right, part of a dream.
It's so powerful.
It is.
So moving on to Shiva's kiss.
Okay.
This introduces a different kind of connection, one that's all about youthful innocence
Right.
and a desire that's still kind of self-contained.
Yeah.
I think the idea here is about finding that balance between self-awareness and those first feelings of wanting to connect with someone else.
It's interesting how the poem uses Shiva,
Right?
who's often associated with insight and transformation, and this predescent man-child.
Yeah.
There's a sense of awakening there, an untapped potential for connection.
Right.
This self-contained arrows.
And there's also this acceptance of Gaia's grace, a sense of inherent joy and self-sufficiency.
Yeah, but then there's a choice,
Yeah.
to sacrifice that aloofness for the possibility of connection.
Even if it's unrequited yogic passion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it leads to the selflessness of a single kiss.
It's about taking that first step toward another person.
Yeah.
So desire takes a bit more of a critical look at longing,
Okay.
especially when it's driven by a need for validation from others,
Yeah.
rather than a genuine connection.
Right.
And the idea here is that this kind of desire can actually lead to a sense of disconnect and even bring up past emotional wounds.
Yeah.
Desire here is this chaint to a goddess of doubtful value.
Yeah.
It's all about superficial symbols that are masking something empty.
Right.
And it criticizes this kind of desire that's all about pleasing others
Yeah.
based on these shallow, stroking aphorisms.
It's a really powerful image.
It is.
Yeah.
And it can lead to this feeling of body disconnectedness.
Right.
And even trigger these subconscious echoes of past trauma.
Yeah.
So it's a cautionary tale about how misguided desire can be really damaging.
Totally.
An appreciation shifts to a more positive perspective.
Okay.
It embraces everything about existence, the joys and the challenges. And it recognizes that our choices aren't always final.
Right.
This poem is really celebrating life,
Sure it is.
agreement, disagreement, the whole spectrum of possibility.
And there's this idea that we can revisit our choices.
Yeah.
And that sometimes there's a hidden wisdom in the path we initially chose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a call to keep renewing our perspective, to find strength in solitude,
Yeah.
but ultimately to connect with others.
And create our lives in the nakedness of our souls.
Yeah. Embrace diversity and be present in the world.
So they say life is a lie.
Yeah.
This really confronts that nihilistic viewpoint and argues for the interconnectedness of everything.
Right.
The idea is that life's truth isn't about this simple duality, but about the web of connections that bind us through shared experiences of light and love.
It's pushing back against that black and white thinking, life and death. It's about the richness of that middle ground, the gray area where we feel everything.
Yeah.
Curiosity, wonder, ecstasy.
It's all there.
It is. And truth isn't just this one fixed thing.
Right.
It comes from the plurality of our choices.
Yeah.
And it's woven together by light and love.
It's beautiful.
It is. And you can see that in nature and in our everyday moments,
Absolutely.
So square and rectangular structures.
Yeah.
This is a pretty strong critique of modern cities.
It is.
And how disconnected they are from the natural world.
Right.
And the idea here is that these rigid artificial environments, they actually alienate us from nature.
And affect our well-being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It talks about bricks aligned with structures that reach upwards.
It's like this very stark image of the city.
It is. And it's like people are disobeying every rule of nature.
Right.
And it's saying that these steel visions of modernity,
Yeah.
they can distort our sense of who we are.
Our natural rhythms and our need for
Okay.
connection.
And it's like we're substituting these artificial atmospheres for the real nourishment we get from nature.
Right.
And the simple joys of life.
Exactly.
Then we have renovations,
Yeah.
which uses this metaphor of physical renovation to talk about personal growth. Reflecting on the past and how progress isn't always straightforward.
Yeah, it's like renovations require you to really look at what's there. Assess everything, understand what came before. And that's just like growing up or aging,
It is.
The poem explores how thinking about the past, loves won and lost, successes and failures.
Right.
It all shapes us.
It informs our present and our future.
Exactly.
And it acknowledges that sometimes we succeed in making things better.
Yeah.
And sometimes things fall apart.
It happens.
It does. And it highlights how we perceive our own progress. Maybe even our illusions about it.
Totally.
So then there's Give It Away.
Okay.
Which has this really powerful message about detachment, saying that true freedom comes from letting go of material possessions.
In clinging emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about releasing those attachments to free ourselves from the burdens of the past.
And open ourselves to new possibilities.
Right. It's like you can't take anything with you in the end.
Yeah.
So accumulating things is ultimately pointless.
Right.
Real liberation is about not being attached.
To stuff or to regrets.
Yeah, to be able to move forward freely.
Like those birds in flight.
Exactly.
Toward a new and unburdened future.
Rapture and rupture breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah, this one really gets into the fleeting nature of connections in city life and that contrast between what we imagine and what's actually real.
Right.
The idea is that in the city, those moments of intense connection, they can be so short-lived.
Thank you.
And our fantasies can clash with the reality of being alone and surrounded by impermanence.
You know that image of the empty train station and the unoccupied car?
Yes.
It's like this perfect picture of urban isolation. And the poem talks about how we remember connections. How we try to reframe loss through stories and how language itself can become detached from truth.
Wow.
Our imaginations can cook up these dreams of connection.
Right.
But then they disappear.
Yeah.
And the urban dreamer is left feeling empty.
It's a powerful image.
It is.
So there were 1,000 corn husks in 1,000 rows.
Yes.
This shifts to a more natural metaphor to represent humanity's connection to the earth.
Right.
And those cycles of life and death.
It's like we're all intertwined with nature.
We are.
Each kernel is a person.
Yeah.
Nurtured by the sun, the moon, the rain, the soil.
It's beautiful.
It is. And it shows how cyclical existence is,
Yeah.
The light of the day and the light of the night. They're both a part of us.
And
this harvest of the souls is happening all the time.
Under the watchful eye of nature.
Exactly.
Fair.
And the passage of time.
Tropical Flowers
Yes.
uses that imagery to explore renewal. the persistence of memory
Mhm.
and those trade-offs we make between the past and the future.
Right. You know, those things we have to leave behind to move forward.
Exactly.
Tropical flowers, they represent this vibrant newness.
Yeah.
Like life and beauty springing up from the past.
Yeah.
You know, even from the hurts and memories that linger.
And the poem uses this image of waves replacing each other to show that constant renewal.
And it's like we have to exchange that security of the past
Right.
for the uncertainty of the future.
It's like a sigh or a fleeting memory.
Exactly.
Then there's this sequence of poems that are all connected.
Yeah.
I saw your heart in the crowd. Why do waves greet us at the shore? And are you still thinking about yesterday's love? And they all look at how deep connections can last even when people are apart.
Right.
How unpredictable life is.
Yeah.
And how important it is to let go of the past.
The idea is that love can go beyond distance, but holding on to the past can keep us from embracing the present and the future. These three poems work together to create this really complex picture of love loss and time.
Yeah.
That first one is so beautiful. You know,
It is.
the way it suggests that a part of someone we love can stay with us.
Even when they're not physically there.
Exactly.
And then the second poem uses this metaphor of waves
Right.
to highlight how unfathomable and constantly changing life is.
Yeah.
It's like the waves are a mystery.
They are.
Yeah.
And then that final poem, it directly addresses this need to let go of past loves,
Right.
to make space for new experiences.
And for carefree caresses yet to be.
Exactly.
It's so hopeful.
It is.
Time traveling takes a step back
Okay.
to reflect on how fleeting time is
Yeah.
and all the distractions in modern life
Right.
that can pull us away from what really matters.
It's like we get caught up in all these superficial things.
I do.
And we lose sight of what we really want.
Exactly.
And the poem kind of criticizes all those myriad messages
Yeah.
and the formalized distraction
Mm.
of the modern world.
It's like it's not giving us what we need.
Right. It's not nourishing our souls.
And in those moments when we realize that
Mhm.
we're time traveling.
Toward an uncertain future,
Yeah.
maybe longing for a deeper connection to the present.
So the poems about death on pages 40 through 42,
Yes.
they offer this really multifaceted view of mortality.
Mm.
It's not just this one big scary concept.
No.
It's more complex than that.
It is.
The idea here is that death is both this slow process
Yep.
and a sudden liberation,
Right.
this constant presence that shapes how we see time.
It's fascinating how the poems use such different imagery for death.
They do.
Sometimes it's slow and deliberate, like limping askance.
Yeah.
A gradual wearing down.
And then sometimes it's fast and decisive,
Right.
leaps and bounds,
Exactly.
and it's both an emptiness
Uh-huh.
and a release.
A void and a liberation.
Right.
Yeah. And it's always there,
Mm.
influencing how we experience time.
Standing between fast and slow, now and never.
Exactly.
It's a really powerful exploration of how we feel about death.
It is.
We are connected by the sea.
Yes.
This explores shared origins, resilience, and the cycles of conflict and renewal.
Mm.
The idea here is that the sea is this unifying force. It connects us to our past,
What?
sustains us through hard times,
Yeah.
and reminds us that life is cyclical.
The sea is such a strong symbol of interconnectedness. You know,
It is.
it bridges the distance between where we come from
Mm.
and those phantom longings inside us.
And it talks about finding refuge in words during conflict, like
Yeah.
a temporary exile.
Right.
But then eventually we reconnect with the brooding power of the waves,
Yeah.
that force of renewal that washes everything away,
And ultimately reminds us that we all come from the same place.
and that will return to that unity.
Exactly.
So the poem about hats on page 44,
Yes.
this one's really interesting.
Yes.
Because it suggests that these small everyday details
Mhm.
can actually reveal a lot about a person.
It's like those tiny choices we make.
Yeah.
They can offer glimpses into our past, our relationships, who we are, the questions about the hats, you know,
Right,
what color the stories behind them.
Yeah.
It's saying that those details can tell us so much about someone's upbringing.
And how their identity developed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the speaker's choice not to wear a hat.
Right.
That's a statement, too.
It is.
Like they're defining themselves, maybe resisting being put in a box.
Or revealing too much too soon.
Right.
You have left your spirit from east to west.
Yeah.
This one uses these really vivid images of travel and transcendence to suggest that we can go beyond our limitations. It's about our ability to move past physical and